Hi, my name is Chama and welcome to Koala Cooks. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make chocolate ganache using compound chocolate. I'm going to show you the ingredients that I needed and I'll explain to you why I'm using milk instead of cream. It's for those that don't have access to cream but can easily source milk and butter. So we'll have our milk here. This is fresh milk. And we've got our butter. Any butter will do the works as long as it's butter. And we've got our compound chocolate. The difference is compound chocolate doesn't have cocoa butter, so anybody can easily find it. It's less pricey. So let's begin. We start with our milk. We put in the milk. Just you weigh your amount depending on how much you want to make. Right now I'm just making a little batch to show you. And this is almost a teaspoon of butter. Once you put the butter in the milk, just pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And that will melt the butter. And you don't have to overheat it to boiling stage. You just need to warm it up enough to melt the butter. And this is how it will look once the butter is melted. And after that, we're going to add our chocolate now. This is about 100 grams of compound chocolate. So we're just going to pour it in there. And because the milk is warm, we'll just leave it in there for a few seconds and it will start melting. As you can see, it starts melting on its own. But then to do it quickly, we pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Not more than 30 seconds because chocolate will always burn. Okay, so now we've just taken it out of the microwave and as you can see, it's melted. But it's separated because chocolate and water don't like each other. And remember, we were using self-made fresh cream. But as we mix it, you can see the changes because there's butter added to the compound chocolate, so it's getting it to shiny stage. And once it starts doing that, then you know you are getting your smooth ganache. Compound chocolate has particles that are not as smooth, so you'll always see them in little bits, but eventually they will go away and it will give you a very beautiful shine. So we'll pop it again in the microwave for about 15 seconds and then we'll mix it up again. Okay, so we've taken it out of the microwave and as you can see, it's still not smooth, but it's warm. So you always need to have a temperature gun when you're working with chocolate because the working temperature for chocolate is usually 31. And for compound chocolate, I like to keep it at about 30, which is better for me and anybody should keep it at that. As you can see right now, it's at 44, which means it's too hot to work with, but we'll keep mixing it until it cools down. So let's mix. And also one little thing I like to do is add a bit of real chocolate. So I have some real chocolate. Why I add that to it is just to give it some flavor because compound chocolate doesn't have much flavor in it because there's no cocoa butter in it. So we're going to pop in a few pieces of real chocolate which has full cocoa butter in it and it's going to change the taste of the ganache. Okay, so I'm going to add Bear's chocolate drops. This is, we call it curvature chocolate because it's real chocolate. It's got 20% solid of cocoa butter and that is the best that you can use. It's a bit pricey, but it's worth it. So we're just going to get a few cullets and then pop in our ganache just to give it that good texture because ganache is a feeling. Needs to have a good texture for people to enjoy it. So after we've added, we're going to pop it back in the microwave just to help us melt the compound chocolate, the coveted chocolate. And we'll do another 30 seconds. So you just check your temperature again, just to be sure. So it's still around 40. So we'll keep mixing it until it drops. By then, the cutlets would have melted. So you will have a very tasty ganache. And people who don't know it will not even realize that you're using compound chocolate. So it's going to take a while to melt it because we don't want to overheat the chocolate. Once you overheat the chocolate, it burns. So we don't want to offer burnt chocolate. So here we are, our ganache is ready. And as you can see, it's runny. This is the best time to use it for pouring on your pastries if you just want to have your pastries covered in ganache without using any equipment on it. So you can cover your strawberries, you can cover your croissants, and this will just bring out the flavor in them. And when you want to use it for covering a cake, just pop it in the fridge or make it overnight and leave it in an open space and just cover it. And by morning, you'll find it's firm enough to be piped. And that's the beauty of ganache. It has so many uses, and what you don't use, you simply pop in the fridge. I hope you enjoyed ganache making today. And if you want to enjoy anything that has ganache, my chocolate cakes and chocolates, you can simply go to the Koala page and order that scrumptious cake.